Hello everyone. I just wanted to do a kind of a short video here today explaining the difference between Travis picking as it is pretty commonly heard today versus as how it was in its original form. You know, over time things change, music changes, fashions changes, everything changes, and Travis picking has been no exception. What commonly is called Travis picking today is pretty much just what I would call pattern picking, where you take a chord and you pick a particular pattern with your right hand, something like this. You're still alternating bass notes with your thumb while you're playing the rest of the pattern. And it's always some kind of rhythmic pattern, usually quarter and eighth notes, like 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And it can vary from measure to measure a little bit, but if it's constant for a few measures at a time, it reinforces the pattern in the listener's ear. There was a famous rock tune that had this pattern. You might recognize that from the introduction of the song. That is a form of Travis picking. Again, you're alternating the basses. In the original Travis pattern, which is akin to almost a ragtime piano, where you play the bass notes separate from the accompaniment, and it would be like the bass notes would be like your left hand if you were playing ragtime piano, and the accompaniment notes are like your right hand. And it's when Travis played, it was always a heavy bass, and when he did chords like C or A or E or whatever, many times when he hit the second bass note, he would hit two strings. For example, if you hold a C, he would hit the fourth and the third string. Like that. And he would mute with the heel of his hand down here the bass strings 6, 5, and 4, while leaving 1, 2, and 3 to sound. Get that heavy bass sound, like for an E7 or an A7. And sometimes when they played the A7, rather than starting with the 5th string bass, the root, he would just start on the 6th string with the E note, because E is the 5th of A. So you could use that for both chords, E7, A7. And you have that common tone between both chords, which is very cool. Another way he would play E7 is to play this inversion here with his thumb on the 4th fret of the big string. Which I don't tend to play very often, but that's a great sounding voice too. So there are many chords where Travis would hit 2 strings on the second bass note, like on 2 and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Modern pattern picking would sound probably more like this. Used by a lot of folk musicians and other musicians as well. Excuse me. But the original Travis style had that heavy bass, muted bass, and it was very infectious when you heard it. So if he played a chord progression, something like this, that's the basic difference I wanted to point out. How the form is still it's still a form of Travis picking, but it's changed so much, and pretty much been distilled down or watered down, or however you want to call it. It's just, but again, that style of music is not overly popular anymore. It's sad to say. It's a great style, and I miss not hearing it more. But those are the differences. So in the heavy bass, muted bass, and just the chord with the alternating basses or rotating basses, like string 5, 4, 6, 4. We might call that rotating bass. And the alternating bass would usually be with just 2 bass notes, maybe like 6, 4, 6, 4. But remember, like I said, when Travis would hit the 4th string, sometimes he would, many times, hit the 3rd string as well to fatten up that sound. Anyways, that's just what I wanted to talk to you a little bit about today. So stay tuned, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.